Thank you for stopping by my channel. In this video, I'm going to do something I have never done in any of my past videos, which is review auction results. A few months ago, Robert Edward Auctions had a few T206 cards in their spring 2024 auction that are worth discussing. As many of you know, my collection mainly focused on T206 errors, and that spring auction had plenty of them. Besides T206 errors, the auction also had high-grade Hall of Famers with tough backs that sold for significant amounts of money. The standout one was a PSA 5.5 Scion Glove Shows card with a broadleaf 460 bag, which sold for $111,000. Another broadleaf 460 bag that has Christy Matheson dark cap front in PSA 3 holder that went for $69,000. If you're not familiar with broadleaf 460 bags, they are ultra rare, ranking as the third toughest bag, even rarer than drum and UZ bags. If you look at this scarcity order list, Lennox Brown ranked 4th on the list, and a PSA 3 Frank Smith Chicago and Boston card with a Lennox Brown bag sold for $16,200 in this auction. Even though these rare bags sold for 5 and 6 figures, but to me, the definition of T206 rare bags are bags that have printing errors, miscuts, or ghost overprints, as those cards are literally unique. Each one is one of a kind. And interestingly, this Robert Edward summer auction featured several error cards that I love. For example, there was a El Sor card with a ghost front mirror image on this Piedmont 150 bag, which sold for $7,200. Such error was pretty rare, especially the ghost image was in such high clarity. If you are unfamiliar with these, the image was caused by wet ink transfer. If you want to learn more about ghost images, I've made videos that explain them in details. Another card I would like to mention is the John Hummel multiple reverse overstrike printing error, which sold for $4,500. It was a complete steal in my opinion. I was the second highest bidder. I placed a few bids in the afternoon and had planned to increase my bid throughout the night. But after dinner, I realized the lot had already ended. I had forgotten that Robert Edward Auctions use a 30-minute no-bid closing format for individual lots. I'm not a big fan of that format since it forces bidders to sit at the computer keeping track of lots and adjusting their budget in real time. Anyways, I guess I just can't win them all, especially I already have a few of these in my collections, and I actually own the brother of that card. It would be nice to have a reunion party for them, but oh well. This Hummel error card is significant because the ghost image on the back came from a T68 Heroes of History non-sports card. Unfortunately, Robert Edward did not mention this detail in the auction description as well. If you want to learn more about similar cards like this, I've got a video on them as well. Another fascinating multiple reverse overstrike error in the auction was a Nick Maddox card with advertising images overprinted on the back. Those images were not from sports or non-sport cards, but from a leisure bidder's advertisement. If you're interested, I also have a video on this series of cards. I'm lucky enough to own one of these errors myself and have even visited antique stores across different states trying to find a leisure bidder's glass bottle to pair with it, but so far no luck yet. This card sold for $15,000, which was way beyond my expectations. Congratulations to the seller and anyone who owned one of those. In addition to these crazy overprints, the auction also had some error bags that are a bit more common. When I say common, I mean I already have similar examples in my collections, so they don't surprise me as much anymore. With that said, these errors are still rare, but it's just kind of common to me. One example is Dick Rudolph card with a Piedmont upside down bag that grade SGC authentic, which sold for $1,500. It is unfortunate that grading companies only give error cards an authentic grade rather than a numeric one. This card obviously deserves a numeric grade, but grading companies just don't know enough about these errors and still prefer to take the grading fee and just give them an authentic grade. And that's the reason why I don't grade my cards, since I don't want to pay for a fee and just to have them encapsulated the card, and after that I would not be able to touch my cards directly. Especially I use my cards for side-by-side comparison all the time. Another interesting cut was a Team Jordan with a top-bottom miscut on both the front and back. While it's not in great condition due to punch holes, this Jordan cut has at least two brothers with the exact same miscut. Last but not least, there was a low Kryger cut with a similar top-bottom miscut, but this one had a El Príncipe del Gallo's back, which is quite rare since such bags are much less common than Piedmont or Sweet Cabrio bags, and is sold for $4,300. One other highlight from this summer auction was a Thai Cup tobacco tin that sold for $20,000. I collect T206 related materials, and owning one of these tins is definitely on my wish list. But $20,000 is a bit too steep for me. I know that $20,000 is pretty much the entry point for such a rare item, and there are only a handful of these tins have survived. But one day I may be able to afford them. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe, share, and like, and I will see you next time.